What's up, gamers? You're watching Papa Jumpluff. We're here today with a man who may or may not have directed the movie Titanic. You decide. He's going to show off his Callback Bats Pokemon deck list and talk about it for a bit. Take it away.
All right, so in the WOTC20 format, we're only allowed 20 trainers. So we're going to start off with the trainers. We're going to start off with a basic 2 computer search, 1 item finder, 2 oak. We're going to have 2 copycat, 2 fan club. These fan clubs are going to find your Zubats or your Cleffas if you need them. Town volunteers to recycle any CROBATs that may or may not be discarded. We have 2 focus band right there. Those are to go on top of your Dark Haunters or your Cleffas to stall a little bit. We got Rockets hideouts. Those are there to basically make it so your Pokemon won't be one-shot by some attacks. We have 3 Hypo De-Evolution sprays. Those to bounce back your Dark Crobats. That way you can play them again to go snipe some babies. We have 2 Mr. Fuji. Because almost everything in the deck has free retreat cost, it's an easy way to soak up some damage on some Crobats, bring it to your bench, recycle it back into your deck. That way you don't give up a prize, and then you can always search it back out, kill some more babies. The spice slot is a Here Comes Team Rocket. The last thing you want to see is a Crobat or a Golbat in your prizes, because that really slows you down. With playing a Here Comes Team Rocket, you can take early prizes, grab those Crobats to keep the momentum going.
No, I wanted to tell you they got Pokemon. I remember, like, yeah. Alright, it's just so many random places. Like.
Next, we're going to be moving on to the Pokemon. Pokemon themselves for this deck are going to be pretty basic with a couple little spicy things. To start off, we're going to start with the very, very basics. We're going to have 4 Zubat. I go with this version just because...
It's the Neo Rev.
Yeah, just because it has a poison spray. It's not on a coin flip. So if you need an easy way to inflict a status condition, that's it. Obviously, because it's Callback Bats, you're going to have your 4 Dark Golbat and your 4 Crobat.
Dark Crobat comes from Neo Destiny.
Yeah, and Dark Golbat comes from Rocket. One little trick that's fun to do, this deck does have a couple Grass Energy in it. If you can, throw a couple Grass Energy on your Dark Crobat, de-evolve it, and use Fritter to put another 20 damage onto a baby. That's another way to make an easy kill. Next we have 3 Dark Haunter, 3 Ghastly. We use this Ghastly simply because it has 50 HP. Energy conversion may or may not be helpful. Lick, you can stall a little bit. With the Dark Haunter, obviously you're using it to call back a baby with 10 damage on it. Then you drop the Dark Crobat, kill off the baby, and get an easy prize. For Cleffa, simply to keep shuffling your hand away, get whatever you need. And for the last spicy cards in the deck, we have 2 Dratini and 2 Dark Dragonair. Dark Dragonair is one of the best cards in the deck. It allows you to consistently, every turn, get either a Dark Golbat or a Dark Crobat out of your deck. That way you don't run out of gas. Energies in this deck are very, very basic.
Try finding a price for this McDonald's diamond. There's no data. There's no data. Yeah. You'd have to go on TCG Republic and apply the multiplier.
We have 9 Psychic Energy,
Yeah, Sneaker Dunk had a listing.
5 Grass Energy for a 14 energy count. The deck only uses basically 1 energy to fuel the entire thing. Typically, you're only going to have 1 Psychic Energy on either your Cleffa or your Haunter for callback. The Grass Energies are just there. That way, your Crobats can attack if they need to. But that's basically it. In the WOTC20 format, it allows us, because we have that restriction on the trainers, it allows us to look for more Pokemon to add into the deck to kind of make it a little bit more unique. For example, in the classical format, in the Rocket On format, you never really saw Dark Dragonair in this type of deck because you would just fill in the deck with more elms or more trainers, more focus bands, stuff like that. Because we are limited on the trainers, it allows us to innovate and add different Pokemon to the deck in order to make something a little bit more unique, but it's still strong.
Cool, man. And there's a unique thing about most of the Pokemon. I think basically all of them have no retreat cost, with the exception of the Dark Dragonair.
Yeah.
So that is why there's notably no warp energies in this deck. It's not really necessary.
Yeah. Dark Dragonair can be the weak part of the deck as well if they gust it out. However, with this deck, you're not really attacking besides doing callback. So if they gust out your Dark Dragonair, my best recommendation is still just try and snipe babies off their bench. If they do kill the Dark Dragonair, it's not a big deal because you can always get another one.
Yeah. Plus, it's just one prize that they dedicated a few turns to taking.
Yeah. And if you have the energy in your hand, you can drop a couple energy onto retreat. Because the deck is so energy light, it doesn't really hurt you either way. Because you only need one energy to go off.
All right, great. So that was Callback Bats. The callback coming from Haunter's Attack and the bats coming from the bat line. Thanks for watching, everyone.